My child, don't try to skip me now, because many children have already skipped me, and they are not just missing a crucial sign, but a secret of fulfilled life that I desire to reveal to you now. Listen closely, for I am not calling you to rush past this moment as though it were ordinary. I am inviting you to remain, to breathe, to notice that I am already here with you. Before you take another step, before you make another plan or carry another burden, know this: I have not been absent from your life for a single heartbeat. You have felt me in quiet ways and resisted me in louder ones. Yet I have waited without impatience, because love does not force itself, and truth does not shout to be real. You have been taught to measure your worth by progress, by results, by how much you can endure without breaking. But I measure you by something deeper, by the tenderness of your heart, by the honesty of your seeking, by the courage it takes to pause and let me speak. Many have learned how to achieve without me, but they have forgotten how to live. They have filled their hands and emptied their souls. I do not want that for you. You wonder why the path has felt heavier than expected, why answers seem delayed, why even victories sometimes taste hollow. It is because you were never meant to walk ahead of me. When you rush, you move faster than my peace. When you skip me, you exchange my wisdom for urgency, and urgency always pretends to be important while quietly stealing what matters most. I am not asking you to abandon your dreams. I am asking you to bring them to me so they can be made whole. Dreams built without my voice may rise quickly, but they fracture easily. Dreams shaped by my presence may take longer, but they endure storms you have not yet seen. I see what lies ahead of you, even the turns you cannot imagine. I know the conversations that will test you, the losses that will refine you, and the joys that will surprise you. That is why I ask you not to skip this moment. You have learned how to be strong, but I want to teach you how to be rooted. Strength alone will exhaust you. Being rooted will sustain you. When your roots go deep into my truth, you will not panic when the winds come. You will bend, but you will not break. Those who skipped me learned how to survive, but they never learned how to rest. Survival keeps you alert. Rest makes you whole. Do not confuse silence with absence. When I am quiet, I am often working beneath the surface, arranging what you cannot yet see. Seeds grow in darkness before they ever break the soil. If you dig them up too soon, you will think nothing was happening. Trust that I am doing more than you realize, even when it feels like nothing is changing. I know you are tired of waiting. I know you are tempted to move ahead just to feel progress again. But waiting with me is not stagnation. It is preparation. What I am preparing you for requires a depth you cannot rush into. If I allowed you to arrive early, it would cost you more than the delay ever did. You have asked me for clarity, but clarity does not always come as a map. Sometimes it comes as companionship. I do not always tell you every step because I want you to learn how to walk with me, not just how to follow instructions. Relationship is the destination, not merely understanding. You fear making the wrong choice, but hear me now. The greatest mistake is choosing anything that leads you away from me. Even detours can be redeemed when you remain close to my heart. I am not fragile, and my plans are not easily undone. What distances you is not error, but independence that refuses my guidance. Look at how often you blame yourself for not being enough. That voice did not come from me. I see your effort. I see your longing. I see the ways you try to love even when you are unsure how. I am not disappointed in you. I am inviting you deeper. Conviction leads you toward me. Shame pushes you away. Learn to recognize the difference. Those who skipped me believed they had no time. They told themselves they would return later, after success, after healing, after things settled down. But later became heavier than now, and they forgot how to hear me. Not because I stopped speaking, but because they stopped listening. I do not want your heart to grow unfamiliar with my voice. I speak gently, but my words carry life. When you slow down enough to receive them, they will reshape how you see yourself and the world around you. You will begin to notice that peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of trust. You will stop chasing approval and start walking in purpose. You will no longer need to prove your value because you will know where it comes from. You are not behind. You are being aligned. Alignment feels uncomfortable because it requires letting go of what almost fits. I am adjusting your direction, not punishing your steps. What feels like delay is often protection. What feels like loss is often release. I remove what limits you so you can receive what expands you. I know you carry questions you are afraid to ask me. Ask them. I am not threatened by your honesty. Faith that pretends is weaker than doubt that seeks. Bring me your confusion, your anger, your disappointment. I already know them, but I want you to trust me with them. Healing begins when you stop hiding from the one who loves you completely. Remember this. You are not alone in becoming who you are meant to be. I walk with you through every transition, every ending, every beginning that scares you. I am not only present in your prayers, I am present in your ordinary moments, your routines, your quiet decisions. When you invite me into the small things, you will find me faithful in the large ones. Do not envy those who seem to move faster. Speed is not a sign of favor. Many run ahead because they are afraid of stillness. Stillness requires facing the heart, and the heart requires truth. I am teaching you how to stand still without fear, how to listen without anxiety, how to move without striving. There will be moments when obedience costs you something you wanted to keep. Trust me when I say that what I give you in return will not be lesser, only different and more lasting. I do not take to deprive, I take to transform. What you release into my hands is never wasted. You are learning discernment, even when it feels like uncertainty. Discernment grows when you choose to consult me before reacting, pause before speaking, ask before deciding, wait before assuming. These pauses are not weakness. They are wisdom forming within you. I am shaping your character, not just your circumstances. Circumstances change quickly. Character sustains you for a lifetime. What I am building in you will outlast seasons, relationships, and roles. When everything else shifts, you will remain grounded because your foundation is not temporary. There will come a time when you will look back on this moment and understand why I asked you to stay. You will see how this stillness strengthened you, how this listening sharpened you, how this trust deepened you. You will recognize that what felt like a pause was actually a turning point. Stay with me now. Let me finish what I have begun in you. Let my voice become familiar again. Let my presence become your refuge, not your last resort. You do not need to have everything figured out to walk with me. You only need a willing heart. I am not calling you away from life. I am calling you into it. The fulfilled life you seek is not hidden in achievement, control, or constant motion. It is found in communion with me, in alignment with truth, in love that anchors you no matter where you go. So do not skip me. Not today. Not in the decisions ahead. Not in the waiting. Not in the joy. Walk with me and you will discover that what you feared losing was never as precious as what you were always meant to find. There are moments when you ask why I do not always speak to you in clear sentences, why my voice does not always arrive as sound or certainty. Understand this, my child. I am not hiding from you, nor am I withholding truth. I am teaching you how to see, how to listen beyond words, how to live with a heart that is awake. When I speak through signs, it is not because I am distant, but because I am inviting you into deeper awareness. If I spoke directly every time, if I explained everything plainly and immediately, you would hear me, but you would not always grow. Signs awaken discernment. They stretch your spiritual senses. They teach you to pause, to reflect, to seek my heart rather than only my instructions. Words can inform you, but discernment transforms you. I desire not only that you hear me, but that you become attuned to me. I speak through signs because life itself is layered. Not everything important is loud. Not everything sacred announces itself. Many truths are woven gently into your days, placed carefully in moments you might overlook if you are not paying attention. A repeated thought, an unexpected delay, a closed door, a stirring in your spirit, a pattern that will not disappear. These are not accidents. They are invitations. When I speak through signs, I am engaging your freedom. I do not force understanding upon you. I draw you into relationship. I want you to ask, to wonder, to come closer and say, "What are you showing me?" This is how intimacy grows. A relationship where everything is dictated becomes mechanical. A relationship where listening and responding are learned becomes alive. There are things I cannot simply tell you yet, not because you are unworthy, but because you are still becoming ready. Some truths must be discovered, not delivered. When you recognize a sign and respond to it, your heart expands. Your faith deepens. Your trust strengthens. You are no longer only receiving information, you are participating in wisdom. I also speak through signs because your life is not lived only in moments of prayer. You move through conversations, responsibilities, decisions, distractions. Signs meet you where you are. They slip into the ordinary and make it holy. They remind you that I am not confined to sacred spaces or specific times. I am present in your waking and your resting, your coming and your going. Pay attention to what repeats itself. I do not waste repetition. When something returns to your awareness again and again, when a message comes from different directions yet carries the same weight, pause. I may be emphasizing what you have not yet fully received. Repetition is not coincidence. It is patience speaking. Pay attention also to what disturbs your peace. I do not bring confusion, but I do use discomfort to alert you. When something looks right on the surface but unsettles your spirit, listen. That unrest is not meant to torment you. It is meant to protect you. Peace is not always excitement. Often it is quiet assurance, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. I speak through signs because your heart learns more deeply when it must discern. Discernment requires humility. It requires you to admit that you do not know everything, that you need me. Pride rushes past signs. Humility stops and listens. Those who skip discernment often repeat lessons they could have learned gently. Do not assume every sign will be dramatic. Many are subtle, a hesitation before a decision, a sudden clarity after confusion, a scripture, a sentence, a memory that surfaces at the right moment. These are whispers, not shouts. If you expect me only in the extraordinary, you will miss me in the everyday where I speak most often. I know you sometimes fear misinterpreting signs. This fear can make you freeze. Remember this, I am not looking for perfection from you, but sincerity. When your heart is genuinely seeking me, I guide even your misunderstandings toward growth. I am able to redirect you. What matters is not flawless interpretation, but a willing spirit that remains teachable. Learn to test what you perceive. Signs from me will align with love, truth, and wisdom. They will not contradict my character. They will not pressure you into fear or rush you into harm. Discernment grows as you compare what you sense with what you know of me. This is why relationship matters more than rules. There are times when I speak through signs because direct words would overwhelm you. You ask for answers, but you are already carrying so much. A sign can carry truth gently, allowing it to settle slowly rather than crash into you all at once. I am careful with your heart. I know what you can carry and when. Sometimes I speak through signs because words alone cannot capture what I am doing. Transformation is not always logical. Healing is not always linear. A sign can point you toward a process rather than an explanation. It says, "Trust me here, even when you cannot yet understand why." I also speak through signs to train you in trust. When you follow a sign without full clarity, you are choosing faith over control. Control demands certainty. Faith moves with confidence rooted in relationship. Each time you respond to my signs, your trust muscles strengthen. You learn that I am faithful even when the path unfolds one step at a time. Be careful not to dismiss signs because they do not fit your expectations. I may answer differently than you imagined, but my answers are never careless. When a door closes, do not immediately assume failure. Ask what I am redirecting. When a door opens easily, do not rush without asking if it is aligned. Ease is not always approval, and difficulty is not always denial. Pay attention to timing. A sign often appears at a precise moment, not too early, not too late. You may recognize it only in hindsight, but its placement was intentional. I am not random. I arrange moments with purpose, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. There are seasons when my voice feels quieter, and signs become more prominent. This is not abandonment. It is training. I am teaching you to recognize me without constant reassurance. Just as a child learns to walk without holding a hand, you are learning to move with internal awareness of my presence. Do not compare your signs to others. I speak uniquely to each heart. What is clear to one may be confusing to another. This does not mean I am inconsistent. It means I am personal. Your journey is tailored. Your language with me is forming. Learn it patiently. I know there are moments when you wish I would simply tell you what to do. There will be times when I do. But if I always did, your faith would remain shallow. Signs invite you into co-creation, into listening, into maturity. They require you to engage, not just obey. Be wary of ignoring signs because they challenge what you want. Desire can cloud discernment. If you ask me to speak, be willing to hear what you did not expect. I do not give signs to tease you, I give them to guide you. Resistance delays clarity. You must learn stillness to discern signs. Noise blurs perception. Constant distraction numbs sensitivity. Make space for quiet, not because silence earns my voice, but because it allows you to recognize what has been there all along. When you discern a sign, respond gently, not dramatically. Discernment is not about theatrics. It is about alignment. A small adjustment made in response to a sign can prevent great pain later. Do not underestimate the power of quiet obedience. There will be times when signs confirm what you already sensed. There will be times when they challenge you. Both are acts of love. Confirmation strengthens you. Challenge refines you. I use both because I care about who you are becoming, not just where you are going. Understand this deeply. Signs are not replacements for relationship. They are expressions of it. If you chase signs without seeking me, you will become confused. If you seek me, signs will make sense in time. Keep your focus on my presence, not on decoding every detail. You are learning. Be patient with yourself. Discernment is a skill developed through practice, humility, and trust. I am not grading you. I am guiding you. Each time you pause, listen, and choose alignment, you are growing. Remember, my child, I am always speaking. Sometimes through words, sometimes through signs, sometimes through silence that invites reflection. None of these mean distance. All of them mean care. So keep your eyes open and your heart soft. Do not rush past the subtle. Do not dismiss the gentle nudge. Ask me for understanding, and I will give it in the way that forms you best. I speak through signs not to confuse you, but to awaken you. Not to test you, but to teach you. Not to keep you guessing, but to draw you closer. Learn to discern, and you will find that my guidance has been with you far longer than you realized.